Hello guys, this is Movie Question Cooper Sabe Odeneho TV. So send in your first time or Odeneho TV. Let's just subscribe to Odeneho TV. Over like, over comment, area comment section. So I'll be clicking on the notification button for more news updates. This year, I had the special prosecutor. I kisi Agyabeng and watching ye pam. It says a lawyer Paul Adom the same be about one thing. Now the question now obviously the special prosecutor. I kisi Agyabeng and the same. Where is the dollars? Dollars no a one here fa. You will come and say and the special prosecutor. He said Agyabeng is same by so for we sell more $30. Now dollars no who ye or ye who ye then like no reaction there bang but ye who are some no. When I'm so I'm a nipa bebre ebusa the questions bebre a whole lot of questions and I gonna for tomorrow but what call special prosecutor when him say cases bebre and the winning it took a far way by I'll say oh yankoka same way say when I'm so I'm a lawyer Paul Adom much as a shingana for and GSS is $1 way and I kisi Agyabeng e kasafa one me person me so breno yanko nyekoti nsema hodo ekoso ewe mangana mazi. But before that, you must also subscribe to your Odeneho TV or like over comment in your comment section. We also have clicking on the notification button for more news updates and channel. You go to Marcia with us.
Yeah, come here. I say, so would you kisi Agyabeng a or we are very sure as you a frown because kisi Agyabeng wants some a free a mirror or better a baby as a special prosecutor. I think say. Nima oye ni su ni ban o de na di no enyina de di prefer na lawyer Paul busa say na dollars no e wo hinfa wo na oba Albeka say you have seen people cutting dollars na on say empempi eduru se asemba na esesa oyi ano a na ode ade bia ba betu mfuturu eno na yewura I friend say Dr. Martin Amidu ade atuga aka say kisi Agyabeng eni suni ne ban o sheda boapaye o musa asemasi na ne dinya quick no de bibia betum eno na okoka say emra yewura ana say ewura sisi adapa ehun sembaye na amanfo obo na chi no prekope no so ohun amanfo a o mu twa dollars ena Paul Adom chire say so ene ban a o de na di no enye ade a eye na hwe lete chenchirinchi ene fat Yewura I friend said Martin Amidu edi abetu dwa kisi Agyabeng is indeed in trouble. Ti yanko ni oti lawyer Paul Adom ni nsemo abetu dwa ni
The petition has been transferred to the Chief Justice. We are asking the Secretariat, can you please have Martin give us the petition? Then they come back to me and say, boss, Martin says it's not professional to do that. I said, tell him that the thing has been on Joy FM. They were reading it on Friday. He says, well, he doesn't know where Joy FM got it from. They didn't get it from him. But it's unprofessional for him to release the petition that way. He has given the petition to the presidency. It's gone to the Chief Justice. He will appear before a committee if it's set up. If there's a prima facie case and therefore a committee set up, he will appear and talk about it. Until then, he doesn't want to give us the petition. What he will give us, though, is a letter that he wrote today, which is circulated to all media, and that's what we're going to go through. But meanwhile, the story, if you don't know, is that Martin Amidu has issued a petition for the removal of his how did they say it? The one who comes after the predecessor. I've forgotten. Successor. His successor. Thank you very much. My boys, they can speak English. Oh. Everybody says successor in the studio. Okay. So, his successor, at the office of the special prosecutor, and he feels that, kisi Agyabeng's behavior is below par, and therefore he should go. We're going to, for the next 5 minutes, just read through the, notes that Martin Amidu has sent. This is not the petition that he sent, but he's written a letter that is very poignant, that we think that you should see. Okay. He says, kisi Agyabeng, stop the propaganda of being holy and confess to the suspected crimes under you as the special prosecutor before the law catches up with you by Martin Amidu Benz Kaiser. We have been telling kisi Agyabeng these things, that the law will catch up with you one day. You may be a proponent of the law, you may be an officer of the law, but the law can catch up with you. The law can catch up with you. And that's what Martin Amidu is warning as well. that the law can catch up with Kisi Agyabeng, he should be very careful, because this is a very fully blown democracy at this stage. After 30 years of doing this is a fully blown democracy at this stage, isn't it? Okay, let's move on. It is time to demand that Kisi Agyabeng should stop the propaganda of saving the public purse millions of Ghana cedis through payroll audits with the Controller and Accountant General's Department, and rather confess to Ghanaians with contrition for his suspected commission of several specified corruption and corruption-related offences under Section 79 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 5959. Since his assumption of office as Special Prosecutor, before the law catches up with him. It goes on. It is now certain to read a report from Kisi Agyabeng today, dated 20th May 2024, deceiving Ghanaians that he is saving this nation millions of Ghana cedis of the public purse from payroll audits in the northern region, when Kisi Agyabeng and the Auditor General have been committing the same suspected offences of abuse of payroll system in the Office of the Special Prosecutor since Kisi Agyabeng's assumption of duty as the Special Prosecutor at the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, those of you may not know, earlier today, I believe that a report came out. I saw it on Joy News that the Special Prosecutor, the OSP, Kisi Agyabeng, is checking some payroll issues. You know that in Ghana, we've had this payroll issue of ghost names. That's how we commonly call it. Ghost names appear on the payroll. So by the time that the Accountant General dispatches the salaries of public workers at the end of the month, about a quarter of it is going to people's pockets. A quarter of it is going to pay names that actually do not exist. So that's what they call ghost names. Now, Kisi Agyabeng, the report said that Kisi Agyabeng and the OSP have been working on this payroll system, especially in the northern region. Martin Amidu is alleging in this treaty or article, if you like, that in fact it is Kisi Agyabeng himself who is taking money of ghost names. And let's see how he justifies it. Let's move on. It says, anytime Kisi Agyabeng suspects that suspected criminal activity of the OSP may come to public notice and attention, he resorts to using his supporting rented press and media to throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians of his indispensability to the fight against corruption in Ghana. And I can concur with this one, because viewers, and this is where sometimes I fault the young journalist, Kisi Agyabeng once came to tell us that he has found a place where they are printing currency. He was hoodwinking everybody. He was lying. He was under our pressure. At that time, we were mounting severe pressure on him. And then he comes and says that he has discovered some people who are cutting currency. He was lying. Joy FM published it almost as breaking news. Till today, we have not heard anything about that matter. And every journalist is looking at him. I mean, Kisi Agyabeng can be your friend. As a journalist, you must have friends. That's okay. But you don't have to have friends to make it look like you don't understand your professional work. I have friends that I'm happy to work with all the time, but I don't have to work with them in a way that suggests that I do not understand my professional work. That is a denigration on my part as a professional. And I don't know why journalists are not doing that these days. Yes, Kisi Agyabeng is your friend, but remind him that, boss, Charlie, that's the story you brought. Nothing has happened though. You must come and see something about it so that we can manage it. That's what should be happening. Kisi Agyabeng came on public radio and told the whole world, when he was under severe pressure from us over Cecilia Dapa issue, that he has gone to find somebody who is printing dollar currency in Ghana. He was just hoodwinking. He didn't know anything about what he was saying. He was just talking from the blue out of his head. And that's what Martin Amidu has captured in this paragraph here. He says, anytime, and I concur with that, anytime Kisi Agyabeng suspects that suspected criminal activity of the OSP may come to the public notice and attention, he, Kisi Agyabeng, resorts to using his supporting rented press and media to throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians of his indispensability to the fight against corruption. Let's move on. Next paragraph. He says, whether anybody shares the same moral or cultural values with me, I cannot allow the continued deception of Ghanaians by suspected criminals who ought to be under investigation by the Economic and Organized Crimes (EOCO) for causing financial loss to the state in the process of commission of specified corruption and corruption-related offences under Section 79 of Act 959. The law, Martin Amidu says, law enforcement cannot be a selective enterprise, as Kisi Agyabeng and his particular media houses want to impose on Ghanaians in violation of the right to defend the 1992 Constitution. I have, he says, in my possession, letters written and signed by Kisi Agyabeng without reference numbers violating Article 195 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 21 of Act 959. Kisi Agyabeng, the chief accountant of the OSP, who is an employee of the CAGD, and the CAGD are paying unconstitutionally employed staff of the OSP vast amounts of salaries and allowances each month from the public purse without any authority under the 1992 Constitution. I don't know whether Kisi Agyabeng is doing that, but if Kisi Agyabeng is doing what Masanamidu alleges, right there, that's a ground. Right there is a ground for something significant to happen. These are the grounds. And I cannot understand how a young man gets a big opportunity like that. He has the capacity. He has the training. He should have the wherewithal. He must have the mental state and the temerity to deliver this job. Why that is so difficult for him? Why there are two paths to achieve something? One is a complicated, crooked path. One is a righteous path that you can do, fulfill all righteousness. He doesn't want to do the righteous path. He wants to go through the crooked path. Where is he learning this from? And why is he doing this to affect all young people who have such great potential to change the destiny of this country? That is very sad. And how some media cannot see this is most bewildering. It's completely bewildering. This guy there hoodwinking every media. I mean, in the days of when Kweku Sechado and co were on Joy FM, could Kisi Agyabeng have done this? When we were training, when Ben Efson was writing, when Tommy Thompson was writing, when Kofi Kumsin was writing, could Kisi Agyabeng have done this? Why are we making it look like the journalism standards have gone so low